Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Connor, for those of you that don't know me or have not been to my channel yet. So tonight there's a few things I wanted to talk about, especially with the energetic shifts happening with this full moon, this beaver full moon in November, the 19th to be precise. So right now we're going to really want to have this really strong urge to step into the 2.0 version of ourselves, really shutting the door to the 1.0 version and the old version of ourselves, and stepping boldly into our destiny and who we're meant to be. So right now, we really need to let go of any kind of we need to really let go of any fear-based limiting beliefs, because that is really going to stop us from stepping into our 2.0 version of ourselves that we have literally transformed into, and along our self-discovering, peeling away unbecoming process, and throughout our ascension and awakening process thus far. So I would love for everyone to really keep in mind that we are the real stars here, okay? Not the celebrities, not the movie stars, not the people who are glamorized on TV. 144 light workers, crystals, indigo children, rainbow children. You are the real stars. You came from star systems and constellations and from other planets, and you decided to incarnate here on Earth at this point on this timeline for a very, very specific and profound reason, and that is to help us shift from the third dimensional Earth into the 5D Earth. So just really keep that in mind and remember that, and don't forget it, that you are the real star. And if you didn't notice, they changed the frequencies of music, of television, just whatever it is that the consumer is consuming. They've changed the frequency from 432 hertz to 440. So that 8 hertz difference is so significant for us when we're listening to frequencies. So that's how one becomes programmed. And that also is how one becomes out of sync with the Earth's energy. And the Earth has its own frequency, and we are nature. We come from the Earth, so we're meant to be in harmony and in sync with that frequency. So that's what they do, is they find all of these secret ways, well, not so secret anymore, but just different ways that they can really continue to try to program us as a society and as a collective. So if you can really try to get yourself back in sync and in harmony with the energetic field of Earth herself, that's where you're going to find yourself coming back into alignment and unblocking your 3 bottom base chakras, right? Your root chakra that keeps you really grounded, and your solar plexus chakra and your sacral chakra. And that is what's going to release all of those other coiled balls of energy throughout your spine into the divine cosmic energy of the universe. So I think that our limiting beliefs from our 1.0 version of ourselves sometimes can really get in our way and be a roadblock and a barrier to us really diving into this brand new version of ourselves, which is our authentic self, the self that we've worked so hard to discover and really transform. We went into our cocoon, we went into our chrysalis, and now we're literally breaking out of our shell, and we are spreading our wings, and we're flying, and we're reaching our enlightened state, especially the 3 waves of volunteers who literally incarnated on this planet to help this planet and this species ascend into higher dimensions of consciousness. So have confidence in your abilities and have confidence in your new version, the 2.0 version of yourself. I know that our past has not been the greatest, therefore our self-image has been distorted and really damaged. So we are now rediscovering our self-image, and we're painting a brand new picture of who we truly are. And we're finding out that that old self-image has nothing to do with our true authentic self. And we're discovering that this brand new self-image is who we're meant to be. It's fate, it's destiny, and we are discovering that for ourselves. And it's an exciting time. And we have to remember that we are creating the future timeline. Okay, so our thoughts are literally becoming our reality. So by being mindful of what we're allowing ourselves to think, and being mindful of what we're allowing ourselves to feel, because our thoughts produce a emotion, and an emotion gives off a frequency and a vibration. So what we're really trying to accomplish here as a collective is to really obviously come back into our authentic self and do our inner healing. But when we do that, we heal the world in turn. So we're able to put to good use all of our psychic abilities, and really bring to life a brand new earth. And I know that right now we're being tested, especially as a collective and as 144 light workers, by the dark energies, whatever you want to refer to them as. We're being tested right now, especially with this full moon on November 19th. These energies, we really need to protect our energy, okay? And it's really going to illuminate our shadow self. And it's going to bring to light everything that we've not faced yet, or that we still have this energetic charge to. So it's really going to help us try to like clear out those energies that want to surface. So being really mindful, and you might find yourself wanting to go into hermit mode and just kind of, it's like we're starting our little hibernation, getting ready before these cold winter months, pretty much. And making sure that we're staying open to our shadow self. Our shadow self is not to be avoided. We're not supposed to be scared of our shadow self. We're supposed to embrace our shadow side, because it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. So it's a duality and polarity of life, and we should need to stay open to that and embrace what all of that brings, all of our shadow side brings to the table. So also, I think that if we can find a charitable event that we can give back, do community work, really indulge in those things that we can really share ourselves with, and it'll make us feel very fulfilled, and as though we are a part of the community as a collective. So if there is a food kitchen or a food bank that you live next to, or a church that you could attend and maybe figure out what kind of charitable work they have within that church community, or just a food drive of some kind, or setting up some kind of organization for whether you have children in school and their parents, or your church, or anything along those lines. I think that right now, really being able to give back to something greater than ourselves will really, really help us embrace that 2.0 version of ourselves that's being born pretty much. We're going through this huge rebirth process that's so beautiful. And I think that, back to what I was saying about our self-image, it's been so tarnished, and our confidence and our self-esteem has been so just trampled on. So when you come back into your true authentic self, you realize that that's not who you are. And at first it can be a little intimidating, because you're like, wow, I have not been this confident in a long time, or I haven't felt this amazing self-esteem in many years, or just this level of confidence can be intimidating or kind of scary to embrace. But I think that going into this rebirth process pretty much really just loving that, because because we're meant to merge with our ego. We don't want to kill that ego. We want to really come into union with that. And without our ego, we wouldn't have that drive to we wouldn't have that drive to really go after our dreams and our aspirations and our goals. And we really need that confidence behind that driving force to finish those goals and to really bring those goals and manifestations to life. So I think that embracing that ego side of who we are in a positive way, obviously, is really important. Also, being the attached observer, making sure that you're not observing or that you're not absorbing anything that does not belong to you. We're sensitive, energetic beings in general, so we're very in tune with other people's emotions. And sometimes, I mean, even me personally, I'm not a big people person. I mean, I don't mind being around people, but I pick up on their energy so fast. And if you're not aware of what you're doing, you will literally absorb everyone's energy, and that is not yours to carry. And so that's why people love being around you so much, is because you make them feel so comfortable, and you make them feel as though they're able to be their authentic, real, true self. So not many people have that ability, and what we find ourselves doing is absorbing those energies that don't belong to us. So I think that really being mindful of that, and kind of, even if you have to do like a shielding technique of some kind, where you put this imaginary bubble around yourself, or this like drop of a layer around yourself that really sets this intention of protection for yourself. And remembering that that's what it comes down to, is intentions. Whatever it is you want to bring to life, whatever it is that you want to feel, whatever it is that you want as far as a vision for your future, or protecting yourself, anything, it really comes down to intention and your vision, and visualizing what it is that you want to bring to life, visualizing what it is that you want to feel, and believing that intention to be the wish fulfilled, and feeling that fulfilled emotion, whether you're in that state of success or not. That's where the magic really lies, is feeling that wish fulfilled, even though it's not fulfilled yet, if that makes sense. So back to the lunar eclipse that's going on right now, I know we already touched on staying grounded, but really, really harnessing our gratitude and staying in the present moment, and not worrying about anything that's outside of your sphere of concern. Okay, that's really going to help you harness your shadow aspects as well, and really kind of work through those energies as far as your shadow side, and anything that's being illuminated that needs to be released or worked on, because we all have that duality and polarity within our being, right? So, and seek rest as well. If you feel as though you just need to go into hermit mode and just kind of hibernate for a little while, make sure you're not, secluding yourself away from society too much. But I mean, this is really a time to go in and protect your energy, and really kind of gain that strength and momentum. And you can only do that when you take the initiative to take rest and to take breaks, and that's very, very crucial, especially right now. And as 144 light workers, I know we've talked about this a few times, but stepping into your sovereign leadership roles, starting YouTube channels, going live on Facebook, Skyping with people within your tribe, or just stuff like that, that's going to show your authentic self to the world, and really also connect with others and their authentic selves, because this is why we're here, this is why we were born. And really making sure that we're not falling into any fear mongering or any low vibrational states, because we're being tested right now. So being mindful of the energy that is coming into our field and acting accordingly based off of that, because we're all going to be tested, especially right now. So just obviously, like I said before, be mindful of who you're surrounding yourself with. I think a lot of us in general are very picky and careful anyway, but you know, we do still have to go out and about, and we do still have to be a productive, you know, part of everything that's going on in this world. So just being really mindful of that too is important. I think to indulge in your senses, trying new things to eat, trying new things that you want to cook, and also just whether it's listening to different music, going outside and hearing nature, and also maybe just finding a new craft. If you're into the same, like me, I'm into macrame. I'm trying to do other things with my hands to keep my sensory, just the feeling of something different in my hands rather than my rope for my macrame. It's just an example. But really just harnessing our senses and getting to know other sides and aspects of ourselves that we haven't discovered because of that old tarnished old version of who we were. We're not that anymore, right? We were closing the door to that, and we're locking that door. We're no longer allowing that old version to come through. So, as always, I plan to be here to help guide, assist, and serve all of you. And I hope that you subscribe to my channel, because I'm here for you. And it is a beautiful honor and it's a privilege. And if you would please click the like button, I would greatly appreciate that as well. And as always, I would love feedback from anyone as far as content I could make, criticism of any kind. I am always open to that. So I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you in my next video.